So let's talk about leg use, leg position, leg use for a little while, mostly leg use. Um, First thing is to make sure that you're in a balanced position on your horse. You want to take up the minimal amount of space front to back that you can. If my feet are up here and my head's back here, I'm covering this amount of space. I'd like to just take a little pocket right in the middle where they feel balanced and not be spread out all across the horse. So once you're balanced, now your body and your legs are going to work together. So you want to keep your body in that balanced spot and not use legs in a way that throws you out of balance, and now you're covering more space on the horse. So for us, we use a lot more thigh or a lot more calf than thigh because our horses are taught when you add pressure, they should move off that pressure, move forward. So a lot of people tend to grip with their thighs and they never get a release. So those horses go faster, faster, faster. So we have everyone open their knees, which pulls their thighs off, and it also puts your calf on your horse. So you want to have constant contact on the side of your horse with your calf. That's not pressure, just light, subtle contact. And then you can increase pressure, release pressure, but you're there all the time. The time you're not there is when you open your leg to create negative space that the horse can fall into, but then you put your calf back on and that creates, let's go straight. So they're going to chase that negative space as long as you open it. As soon as you close it, that's the direction you're going to go. So legs and seat are huge in how you ride. The other thing is don't hold. Don't just put your leg there and say, okay, there's the button. I'm pushing the button. We're good. It's still pressure release, give and take, low pressure, get a try, release the pressure. Just like your hand should work that way. That's not hold your leg, okay, we should be doing this. There's a subtlety to it it's almost like a pulsing that you give. And then that leads to spurs. I know it's controversial. A lot of people don't like spurs. I do wear spurs because I'm very judicious in how I use them. I don't just, that's not my go-to. That's not my cue. It's if I'm not getting what I want from my calf, I'll touch him with my spur. And I'd rather use a precise instrument than a blunt instrument. So I can just touch him with my spur versus pounding him with my calf. And you see a lot of people that don't have spurs that are anti-spur and they're just kicking the snot out of their horse, which I don't see how that's a better approach. But your horse should be moving and working well so that your spur rarely comes into use. Just like they should be moving well, you don't have to bludgeon them. So spur use is an important part of how we ride with our legs, but it should not be the go-to. It's kind of a last resort. The true last resort is your reins. Now we talk a lot about seat legs, no reins. We do use reins. If your seat leg don't get what you're asking for, you go to the reins, and that's sort of a last resort punishment / enforcer. That's where you up the ante a little bit for us. Now, same thing with reins. You don't hold, but you make your move. You get in, you get out, get the job done. You're done. A lot of people tend to just hold with their reins, hold with their legs, and that's how you get a dull, shut down horse when they never get a release. So in short, body position's number one. Body legs work together. We open the knees so the thighs come off, and then calves go on, and then you maintain that contact. Spur use is very, very sparing, and reins are very, very sparing. So in a nutshell, that's kind of our roundabout take on leg use.